Recently, I had the opportunity to sit down with Slappy's parents, Peter and Margot Johson. They graciously welcomed us into their New York home to discuss their reactions to their son Slappy's life-changing decision.
Slappy?
I did not go through 36 hours of natural labor, writhing on a birthing ball, for my son to change his name to Slappy.
His name was Bertram. It's a family name. He's named after his Uncle Bertie. Slappy.
Slappy's, Bertram's decision was not a popular one with his parents. Perhaps his childhood was a safer subject.
Well, he had those little Lego blocks he used to just build and build. Oh, well, they weren't Legos because
I remember it well.
we don't believe in branding.
But he was a fine lad. He had everything his heart could desire.
Slappy's father seemed to take the loss of his son's academic career very personally.
That Bertram would give up his chairmanship at MIT. It's a dead-end path. It's a destruction of his career. As Chekhov said, "Captain, should we abandon ship?" I say yes, of course. Bertram should abandon ship. He's on a course into disaster. Was it the other Chekhov? Where's my bourbon? Bertram, he was doing research in astrophysics. That was his specialty, and
No, it wasn't.
but it was. He was doing the research on the rotation of planets and the passing of the comets millennia ago, and how that somehow disrupted the rotation of Mars and Venus. I know exactly what he was studying.
Before we knew it, skeletons were being dragged out of family closets.
When he was younger, you exposed him to the television, and now...
What's wrong? What was wrong with Sesame Street in the morning? It doesn't.
Oh my gosh!
Sesame, Big Bird, he's young, he's harmless, he's adorable. And Elmo, little red fairy monster, is just... He was a legend in the making. But now, the only people who are going to know his name are half-naked people in the stands of a NASCAR stadium. Women with their chests exposed, and men with their hairy backs showing, and whooping and hollering, and so what if no one reads my books?
They read mine.
No one read Melville's, and posthumously he was a giant.
Well, I wish you were posthumous, because then you'd be dead. And
You'll regret saying those words. Oh, have another drink, will you? You've already had 50 today.
I will.
While Slappy's parents were very eager to vent their opinions on their son, his wife was resistant to being interviewed. Fortunately, Slappy's two daughters were willing to sit down with us and discuss their take on their dad's new life.
Well, first he started watching King of the Hill and Dukes of Hazzard. He started going to races and watched NASCAR on TV.
Huge crowd on hand, and here's the moment they've been waiting for. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
And he started chewing tobacco all the time. And he leaves spitting cups all over the house. Then he started drinking cheap beer. bought a big, ugly four-wheel drive truck. Before, my dad was a nerd. Now, he's a redneck.
I don't know which is worse.